And good evening, everyone. We are ready to go. Unfortunately, we do not have I Love Disney and Comics. He took ill at the last minute. And we have another great understudy by the name of R.D.V. who has chosen to join us. We hope to be joined by Charlton66 and Spinner Rack a little later. But we are joined by Paulo Costa, Howler Mouse, Jambo Comics, and the great Eric Breen. So we have to make this announcement. Here is R.D.V. He'll be joining us momentarily. He will be replacing Steve Caldwell tonight. And next Wednesday, special announcement, because it is Valentine's Day, we will not be here. So the day after that, we will have Black Box Silver and Bronze, who's everyone's favorite Valentine anyway. He'll be joining us. So make sure you join us for the Thursday. So 8 days from now.
Thank you for just saving my marriage. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. This show is a benefit. So let's see. Those wily fossils are added again, says Recess. Jackson Roykirk says that's wily fossils. Uh-huh. Mastodon. We had him on a few months ago. Good to see you, Mastodon.
Pterodactyl. Sorry, Power Rangers.
There's Scotty. He's still awake. Gratu can't make it tonight, so we'll see him next week. Next Thursday, not next week. All right, these must be his cats. Michael Taylor's there saying hello. Good, good, good. And Scotty says hello to Michael. There's Fireball. Everybody's tired. Everybody will be taking off next Wednesday. You rest in. Here's Easy Comic Reader.
All right.
Missing Mars. Hello there. Everybody's saying hello. Here's a comic book curator. He's been showing some great books lately on his Instagram.
Easy Comic Reader. Oh, yeah. Comic curator. All right.
Yes, hope so. Everyone's doing well. Mastodon. Here's Dave. Dave says, let's go. It is after 8. Is the projection operator asleep? Well, these fossils get talking about heavy stuff, and I hate to interrupt them. So you'd have to be there to understand. But we appreciate your patience.
It takes us a long time to say anything.
Yeah, they talk slow.
It's because they can't hear each other.
That's we right. Say it best when we say nothing at all.
That's right. The pudding tonight. Love the retro soundtrack. That is called Powerhouse. I believe it's from the 30s. The Canadian rock band did tributes to it. And I'm sure you probably have seen pieces of it in every Looney Tunes cartoon you can remember. There's lead paint. Someone being made in a wonder. Yes, yeah. Speak of the devil. Betty Boop, not quite. Eric brings the pudding. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense to somebody.
What kind?
I don't know.
Tapioca?
Hey,
Butterscotch?
speak of there, Russia's yes, exactly.
I think I have a song suggestion for you there, Mike. And when we come around,
Yeah. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I'm listening.
It's a song by a band called Ukla the Mock, and it's called "Stop Talking About Comics."
Oh, here's Grateful Dog. Go ahead, Howler.
No, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Ukla the dog. Here's
Ukla the
Ron.
Mock. Ukla the Mock is the band name called "Stop Talking About Comics."
Is it clean?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I think Comics with Bueller used to use that song.
Yes. Oh, really? Yeah.
I have the CD from '98 around here somewhere. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Gore?
Uh-oh. 4 shots are taken already.
I don't need this.
He's very sensitive, folks.
I'm a delicate flower.
Yeah. When I make fun of his favorite artist, he gets really, really sensitive.
Real quick question: is Super Bowl is this Sunday? Is WrestleMania Thursday?
I thought WrestleMania was in.
No, that's in March.
Is it March?
That always coincides with like the Final Four.
Okay.
I think it might be bumped to April, the first week of April. Let me look.
With everything that's going on, I'll talk WrestleMania. I forgot. I was like, that's a packed week.
Yeah. It's usually in April, I thought.
That's what I thought.
It depends. It's back and forth the way some of the weeks hit during that year. Yeah.
Well, we already had leap year this year, so I wonder if that's going to affect it, but who knows?
And we have Gore Vidal joining us. Hello there. Of course, Grateful Dog again.
April 6th and April 7th.
I couldn't imagine if it was during Super Bowl, the week of Super Bowl, and having to spend, if you go to both, because there are people probably attend both, and so 1 week would just kill you.
There's the 40th anniversary. I've again got the Peacock. I'm gonna be following. I followed the Rumble and all that stuff.
Yep.
In '85, in '86 or '85, I got WrestleMania 1 and 2 on VHS rental. It was amazing. You thought you were just going to get movies. You didn't know you were going to get wrestling. And I watched them both 3 times during the entire weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you should have seen me, man. I was all strung out on Coca-Cola and root beer and junk food and pizza rolls.
Going crazy for Cyndi Lauper then, right?
Hey, it was a Goonies, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She was everywhere.
Well, it's a good thing they have Trader Joe's popcorn. Then we have to cut you off. Then.
Yeah. I went to school looking like I partied. And I was in middle school at the time, so I was popular for a day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will.
Is that a blanket?
Try to remember where I'm at, and I'll start us off. I recently came across some of these EC, these big giant size books. You guys have all these, I'm sure.
Yes.
But
I'm sorry, I just saw Spider-Man. I can't see anything else.
yeah. I never.
There it goes.
Get some culture, you swine.
Yes.
I do. It's Ramita Senior.
So you guys have all 5 of these, right?
No, I don't.
I do not have number 2.
I live vicariously through Breen, who reads those.
I figured Eric would have all 5.
Eric was there when they were written.
No, I don't have them all, but I'm working on it. Now that Dark Horse is doing the soft covers,
Man, perfect bedtime stories for your kids.
So
and in Quinn Martin.
these are so big, and I just wanted to show that they do have color covers in them, but everything's black and white. So you will need your crayon.
Only for Daredevil issues.
Really cool.
Nice.
One more. That nice. I thought about displaying these on the bookshelf, but I don't think my wife would understand so much. They are pretty violent. So, all right. So we'll start with some giant-sized Master of Kung Fu.
Wow.
Right.
Pixel is going to flip out if he sees that.
And for 50 cents, I didn't have number 117, so got it. But,
That's cool.
Yeah, Gene
I
Day.
just love these. So here's some Woody.
Oh, nice one.
And the shower is replaced with a squirt gun. So here's from 1946.
I think I'd scream more if I saw that in my bed.
It's a Walt Kelly cover. And another Walt Kelly from 1947.
That's that's awesome. Because they washed their mouth. That was so.
That's fantastic.
That's discipline back then. Here's a 1949.
Oh, no, they're in the washer machine. That's awesome. That's what these as posters.
So 1949 again, Walt Kelly. That's going to be some real watered down lemonade. Just one lemon. Another Walt Kelly.
Oh, poor dog. How can you not love Donald at this point? He's a national treasure. Man, these are awesome.
And for you golfing fans,
I think I might have to get adopted by Mike instead of Eric. Those covers.
You're not waiting for me to fight that, are you?
No.
Oh, there we go.
Eric, you don't have a long the fight.
he better make this arrow count.
Better turn around really quick.
So, all right, I picked up some more Ace, great sci-fi novels.
Right, Cole Anderson.
Isaac Asimov, The 1,000-Year Plan.
Foundation.
I think I've actually read that one.
Cool. I love flip books.
And the spines are really great too. So I'll show some more later, but we better get back to the chat. So Jambo, would you like to go?
Sure, I can go. I've got stuff sitting all around me here, so I don't know what I really have shown. I think I've not been on a couple weeks, so we'll start off with the Hulk
Oh, cool.
and Kang.
So what year did that come out?
Unknown.
73.
I see they have the same problem. I just see the girl behind Jambo now.
Hulk hits the 70s.
And I picked up a nice Conan
Yes.
25 there with a great cover by some unknown artist there, but it's pretty cool.
Man, look at that.
Those noses are fantastic.
Yeah, even the totems over there.
Well, we got that over with. My goodness.
Coda's I love that. Coda's been mentioned next week.
There's Comic Book G-Man. Hello there.
Some Swamp Thing.
Nice.
Like how that one has teeth. No.
Yeah, you can leave that behind. Pick this up.
Oh, that's the good stuff right there.
Inferior 5, yeah.
One day somebody will have to explain to me what's so interesting about that.
What happened to these guys during the Infinity Crisis? Does anybody know?
Infinity Crisis or Crisis Crisis?
Crisis of Infinite Earths. Yeah.
Well, they showed up at the Crisis on Inferior Earths and missed the whole thing.
Yeah. They went into limbo until Animal Man found them. Yeah.
Their place in the DC universe was taken over by Booster Gold.
Oh yeah. Oh. You cut me deep. You cut me deep.
Don't this guy look like Clark Gable?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
It's a Nick Cardy cover.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
And I think the art inside is really, really good in that. Like it's deceptive, That's
It's a
Yeah.
Aparo and some of the other DC greats in there. It was pretty cool. Good stuff. I found this for $10, and I was like, "Wow!"
Oh yeah.
That
Spread eagle
Wow.
cover.
nice
Bondage
Wonder Woman
and spread
bondage.
eagle.
Patriotic.
So I don't know what the big deal is. This thing's gone up like crazy. So,
I don't know if it's the artist, but one of the a longtime Silver Age artist died, and he was friends with Garcia Lopez.
Jose
I
Delbo.
didn't recognize the name, but yeah.
He a couple years ago he made $1 million off of Wonder Woman NFT.
Oh wow.
But yeah, Jose Delbo. Apparently he was the artist on the Transformers for a while when Marvel had the rights.
Okay.
In the 1980s, yeah. I have a bunch of his stories in the Titan UK trade paperbacks.
Oh, those are so. Oh, that's yeah.
it's another Cardi. Isn't that a great
Nice.
cover?
That is fan. That's yeah. That's the good
Has
stuff.
some great Golden Age stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
Stand back, boys, it says. And this is kind of a romance cover, I guess. There you go, Eric.
You get me right
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
It was beauty that killed the beast. Yeah.
And a bad girl.
Well, that'd be a current DC romance cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's outfit number 29, right?
Yeah, I didn't like this one so much. For some reason.
Except for the right where your finger is.
Eric, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
the other one, if it was a current DC cover, you would have Hawker on there with a girlfriend.
Well, that's the new Supergirl uniform. There's 50 years ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Pretty much from the TV show. Yeah, but the Superman symbol should never be a belt.
Crotch
No.
shot.
All right, Jambo. Thank you very much. And we'll go to Howler, and if Paula wants to send something over while we go to Howler, we will.
Okay. I'm just gonna go straight to the good stuff here. I think I went to Charlotte Minicon, not to be confused with Charlotte Comic Con and all this stuff like that. There's a bunch down there, and they all have Charlotte and Con in them. But went down there with one of my buddies Saturday. It was a great convention. Bob Hall and all of them were there, but I've actually had guests and stuff. But I went in with a plan and a list of comics I was going to get. I had a pretty good budget for it. And the first table I hit was nothing but boxes and boxes and boxes of hardbacks and short and soft covers, $5 a pop. So here's what I got for $5 each, right? We got an epic collection of Conan the Barbarian. This is Conan. This has Conan the Barbarian, the comic, 60 to 71. 2 annuals and the Power Records book by Neil Adams and a few other things. And then we got another one. This is volume 3. This is 1973 to 74. And these run $40 to $50 new. And here's volume 4, 1974 to 1976.
Wow.
This guy
And
just going.
this one has material from Savage Sword of Conan, #1. I don't think it's the book. I think it's the editorials and probably the history of what they did.
This guy just getting out altogether.
Huh?
Was this guy just getting out altogether?
What I think they do is I've talked to a few people at Heroes Con because there's a table I look at Heroes Con and it's already out there. And they've been doing it for years. And there used to be 1 or 2 other guys. But people down this way, what they do is they buy complete collections and they want the comics. And I don't know if it's a storage situation, personal preference and stuff, but they'll take the hardbacks and usually sell them for $10, and the soft cover they'll sell for $5. That when that's how they get rid of their bulk. They consider hard trades and stuff something just to kind of fun getting the real comic books. And the first guy that I talked to about that, I wasn't quite getting it. And then all of a sudden, his partner came up and he had 10 Harbinger #1s with the coupon inside. So I was like, okay, I get it now. Yeah, they just get rid of this stuff. I'm guessing a comic book shop or something went out of business is what I'm thinking. And then they have the Dark Horse years. This one has King Conan, Epic Collection #1. And this covers 2006 to 2013 of King Conan stories that I'm pretty sure Dark Horse had the license. There's some Tim Truman in there, so I'm probably going to jump to that stuff first.
Are you reading the current?
Dave Stewart. Huh?
I was just going to ask you, are you reading the current Titan Comics?
I've checked them out. They're really going for that Roy Thomas, John Buscema feel, so I'll probably pick more up at some point. Yeah. If that's the same one we're talking about, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I love Conan the movie, but I never was a fan of the Marvel stuff. So I just started reading this because Titans, and I was like, Jim Zub, the guy who originally was on Savage Avengers or whatever.
Yeah.
And now that he's on Titan away from Marvel, he's allowed to actually write Conan like Conan's supposed to be. so it's been fun.
Yeah, my Conan is Savage Sword. This is the first Dark Horse phone book of
that's cool. The phone books.
The stuff I like. Savage Tales and stuff.
Tim, is that a very special root beer on the next shelf up?
This is the root beer I'm drinking tonight.
Okay.
It's special to me, and I just didn't want to knock it over and lose it.
That's the one from middle school. He still has it.
Yeah.
Man,
there's no ice cream in the house to,
yeah,
a little vanilla in there.
That's right. A&W is great.
Okay, great. And then this one, I talked the guy down from $30. He had what they were doing is there are some people who were real. Don't get me wrong, but my buddy Josh and I were both caught on real quick. A lot of the prices were hiked up, and then they said we're doing 50% off. And then I talked this guy down from $30 to $15 to $10. I now have all 4 books of the first publishing of the original Turtle stories, and this one's in color. It's a few issues, and I think it has some of the micro series in this one. But now I have all 4 of them. That's my era of Turtles, man. 86 to 92. And then we hit a place called McKay's, and people will trade in stuff for store credit, comic books, pulp novels, books, records, toys, anything and everything. So I got this for $3.50. This is a trade of Dynamite's Captain Victory. That there was a whole mini-series going on called Kirby Genesis, where the Kirby estate let them use a bunch of Kirby characters that had been rarely used or not used at all. And he came up with this whole fantastic story. It had some spin-offs. So Alex Ross did all the covers. Captain Victory is one of my favorite Jack Kirby books. And then I also got this. This is a 30-year-old trade of martial law. It's got 3 stories in it.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the one I've been reading. I read some Conan, and I jumped to this one, Kingdom of the Blind. I have all these on a shelf down here, but now I don't have. Now I can play around that way, carry that around. And then at a comic book store, I got 3 of these. But at comic book stores in Breen, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, they're not allowed to sell the promotional material that they get. So these are given away for free. I got 3 of these that Blueberry Morbius posters, I think from the 90s.
That is technically true, but now it's kind of a moot point because just like the music industry, nobody sends out promo material.
Okay, yeah. And
Rarely,
then this is one where everybody was yelling, "Palo, ask Palo." I found this for $5.50. This is the Tintin in Congo from like 1930s, and this one was banned. Even though this is a 1991 edition, I think. 91.
Yeah, here's the thing that reprints the 1960s updates to the story, in which Hergé redrew and redialogued a lot of the story, and so it's much tamer than the original. The original was really offensive.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't about to touch that until I heard a few things there. Okay. I'm going to do 2 rounds here, so I'll just show off these three little things here. We'll show little DVDs and stuff, right? So I found this at Walmart. I upgraded one of my favorite 80s movies that I think I actually did get to see this in the theater. This or One Crazy Summer. It's the same people and the same guy. This guy that made this went on to make Eek the Cat in the 90s, if you saw that cartoon. But Better Off Dead. Okay.
Shark Dog. Yeah, I remember. I'm 80. I was born 85, so this is my childhood.
Yeah,
90s.
Yeah.
The terrible thunder
yeah,
lizards.
Yeah, Better Off Dead. I've already watched this. I upgraded to Blu-ray and digital code. I've had the VHS. It used to come on TV all the time. Anytime I even mention this, everybody yells $2. So that's great.
Yep.
Then I found this at a Goodwill. I had all 4 of these sets all five seasons of this, and when they came out, they were like this one. This is the deluxe edition. This is back when DVDs were still relatively new, so they loaded them up. This comes in a box that has little cards. But I sold them in 2009 to make space and to get money to move and all this stuff. And I've just, I've got 4 out of the 5 seasons now. But I fell down when I found this in a Goodwill, and it was still wrapped in plastic. The only thing wrong with it was like a little dent on the box. I've already played 3 or 4 episodes. But even in my earlier YouTube videos and stuff, when I started playing around, this is the stuff that I was like ripping off, when I was playing around. A lot of Chevy Chase, And then I found these 2. I don't know who here. I had to make peace with my hair metal years in high school. Like, I had all the great influences. I listened to all the best music, the real stuff. And then something happened. One girl who was like into Poison told me to sit down, and she kicked her legs over my shoulders, and she started playing with my mullet, and then it was just hair bands for like 2 years. I don't know what happened. Thank God the Violent Femmes and the Pixies brought me out, so and I had my heavy metal roots still going on. But anyway, Kingdom Come. This was a band that I actually kind of dug because they had a little bit of a Led Zeppelin feel. They got big enough that they toured on the Monsters of Rock with 5 other big bands at the time. And then they screwed up because the guitar player claimed he never listened to a Led Zeppelin album. And that's why you don't hear from them, and they disappeared. I was there. I saw it happen. And then I found this one. This is Reclaiming It. I had this on cassette forever and had the T-shirt and stuff and a little GNR Lies, back when they were like giving everything a shot of, back when they were like cool and relevant, so, And that's it for now. I got a stack I'll just save here.
Okay. Yes, if only A&W would put in caffeine, that would be the ultimate drink. So. All right, let's see what Paulo's up to.
That's like having Gil Kane. Everything we show is Gil Kane. That'd be too much for you.
Yeah.
All right, so how about some French superheroes? I think I showed some of these covers in 2022, maybe. This is Fantex. This thing would have made Frederick Wertham have a conniption. He would not have been able to write the book. He would just have died with a heart attack.
That looks like a Golden Age cover.
Yeah, this came out in 1947. The design is obviously inspired on Hauermann's. Even the French writer Marcel Navarro used an English language pseudonym, J.K. Melvin Nash. But it was the artist who came up with the concept. It was called.
I think black and red just makes everything pop. That's a good use of color.
Yeah, there's a scene in one of the comics where he cuts off the head of one of the Berbers that he was attacking, and unlike the cover to the horror comic, you actually see the bloody stump with the blood coming off, but it's in black and white. The covers are pretty busy, but the art's pretty good on them.
Yeah, I like them.
And you'll notice that all of the comics have a title, and there was always a backup story with different characters as well. Eventually shot it to stop producing the comics because of the French Comics Code Authority, which was much more evil than the American one. Here's some yellow peril. Another one. So this is Fantasia. This was a different magazine, and the main character was this one called Black Boy, and he was supposedly Fantax's son, although that's just mentioned. They never have guest appearances or anything. It's just to have a connection for former readers to
Crimson
continue
Fox.
following. But no costumes, just action. Look how easily he gets out of a car that's about to run off the cliff. But this comic didn't last as long as the other one. Shut ended up publishing other comics, so this is Marco Polo. Even though you have the Marco Polo on the cover, there are science fiction stories and superhero stories inside in the backup stories.
So is this, they've taken Marco out of time and given him fictional stories? Or is this a different Marco?
No, it is Marco Polo, although it's highly fictionalized. But even though it's Marco Polo on the cover, the title is an anthology, and there are completely different characters filling up the rest of the pages.
Okay. Yeah, he could never hide from the bad guys. Every time they yelled Marco, he'd jump up and yell Polo.
That's right.
That's funny.
Yeah, and the covers were pretty interesting. Sort of remember kind of looking like Cecil B. DeMille epics.
Well, that looks like you'd see those old those movie posters back in the day.
Yeah.
In the 20s and 30s.
Exactly. Here's the French Superboy. The magazine, the title Superboy actually started in 1940. Then it was canceled. So it actually predates the American Superboy. But the character only appeared when the title was brought back in 1957.
Kind of like Mr. Miracle.
Yeah. So this is the first appearance. It's in Superboy number 112. the everything before that, it's sort of more like Hardy Boys type adventures. His superpowers, they change according to plot convenience. It doesn't actually have it doesn't actually have any superpowers. It's all in the suit and the helmet. But how strong and invulnerable he is, it depends on what the story needed for that particular month. But they did some interesting covers, more reminiscent of what was going on in the UK scene at the time.
I only have one question: how does he land? Those are like air propelled. So I'm wondering, like, does he just crash up so tight?
What I respect are when they're drawing the cars. I know it's the gear of those cars and stuff, the making models and stuff, but they're excellently drawn, and the fins they're perfect. I mean, it's just. Yeah.
I just love the battle damage on some of these things. The wing's gone, and he's in the water. I just love that. I want more of that, like in comic books.
That looks like a Gil Kane. I was like,
almost.
Judge ruling on that.
The artist is Italian. It's called Felix Molinari.
Gil Kane's other pen name.
Yeah.
Okay. And this went on until the 1980s. So I stopped here in 1962, but this was actually quite popular. Not really famous, but it had respectable numbers. So they just kept putting out more comics. Eventually, it was all reprints by the 1980s. But it lasted for decades.
Paul, you got me worried. He said they ended it in 1980. I'm like, did he put them down with the needle? That's dark.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
nice.
let's go see R.D.V. and welcome to the show again.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm gonna start off as Paul. Am I like this from the 1994 animated show? One of the comic books I game actually included the cell. It was actually used in the show.
awesome.
So
That's cool. Wow.
yeah, Yeah. Speaking of flip covers, so I kind of like these. Now it's 90s Spider-Man, so people probably are like, whatever.
Well, that's Sal Buscema. Who's on the back? The other flip side, Alex Salviak. That looks like a Sal Buscema. Who is that? Who drew that one? Tom Grummett? That can't be right. Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. PG.
My only complaint with those is that they're almost 30 years old now.
So, like I said, a lot of these I got these from half price books for like $1.
So that's the inspiration for Superior Spider-Man.
Right?
Yeah, they're old enough now that there's a whole generation of kids that if they were reading Spider-Man, this was their Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah.
My Floyd Mary. Yeah.
So, but I was lucky enough that when they came out with those DVD ROMs, I was able to pick up that and just have 1 through 100 on a disc.
Yeah.
So
there we go. That's the good stuff.
All right. And
All right.
I think we saw this last week. Not for me though. I think somebody else did.
Paul Cooperberg probably wrote those. Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Breen?
Fear is a man.
Ooh, you guys have got to do readings of the San Francisco period, so that you can have lots of poop references.
I never thought about it, but I really do prefer my Daredevil with a little Black Widow. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought they were kind of a good couple, but I mean, only in a sense because they're both superheroes and kind of interacting, and I kind of love the falling out that they had a little bit. It was written well, but I don't know if they have any Gil Kane covers. Breen will let me know, but I think I do.
That's a pretty good set of stories.
Yeah, I like these team ups.
Well played, Gore. Well played.
Spider-Man and Tiger.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of. I wouldn't say old. These are still kind of. I still think these kind of new-ish, newish, compared to like. Well, look at some of the.
They're pushing 40.
I know.
Yeah. This Firestar miniseries you're showing, if you have all 4 of them, I'm not joking. People were like, yes, just because of the cartoon. Then you never heard about it again. Everybody was fighting for these. People who didn't even read comic books were like, they loved her in the cartoon.
Yeah.
As long as they were kung fu fighting.
Like I said, I say newish because I'm 39 this year.
Barry
They got Barry Smith to do a cover.
Yeah.
All right, I got a couple more. Speaking of Marvel 2-in-1, finally picked it up today. Came in a shot.
Epic collection. Fantastic. What issues is that print, sir?
This is Marvel.
Everything but Doc Savage.
Oh,
That's right.
Marvel 2-in-1 number 20, 22 through 36, and the annual number 1, and Fantastic Four annual number 11.
awesome. Thank you.
They purposely have to skip the Doc Savage. They didn't have the rights to
And as always, they show you like the original sketches.
Yeah.
So I love that stuff.
Yeah, I like how you knew exactly where I was going with that. That's
Yep.
awesome. That's my people.
Yeah. That was a savage. And then bought this for a friend, and then I just never got around to giving it to him because I forgot about it. I had it. So
I decided to keep it.
well, I might as well start collecting the rest of them. This is the Robert Venditti one, I believe. And then this is more up you guys' speed.
Yeah.
And
Just because we can name everybody on that cover doesn't mean no. I'm playing.
honestly, I just love the Action Weeklies. When I started collecting these, just reading the stories.
There's a demon. There's a cover with the demon by Jack Kirby on it, and I wasn't aware, but I want to get it now because I think that was Jack Kirby's last published work.
Yeah. I don't know if I have that issue. I might.
Wild dog.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
So-
most people who were doing reading comic books, they had no idea who Wild Dog, basically showed up with an
Yeah.
arrow. And like,
No,
it's not,
Wild Dog appeared in Wizards Mort of the Month.
Yeah, they put him on. Oh God, what was the show they put him on? Flash. They put him on one of the CW
Arrow.
shows.
Arrow, yeah.
yeah.
Tom Grummett years there.
A little bit of run ears. You're like, is there any more? It's all Action Weeklies. This is probably my own kind of collection and stuff. I was just trying to collect more of these.
Peter David did a story in one of those where Green Lantern was like on the Donahue show, and they're pointing out that if you have no fear, that means you're psychotic. And he was flying around going, "Am I a psycho?" You know.
I think that's the only series he's ever been.
Yeah.
He was run off of Supergirl, but he was fired off of the Green Lantern.
Right.
Like I said, I like the fact you're getting Superman, Blackhawk, Secret Six, Wild Dog, and Starman stories in these.
Those anthology series are fun to read now. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have a complete set of Marvel fanfare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Of course.
And they let Kurt Swan do a 2-page Superman story to keep him associated with the character.
And then I'll end my first run with this.
Yeah, those George Perez issues are fantastic. I still have those.
Literally, he's got the Batman color scheme with the he's done everything.
There's a story. There's a story there, sir. Yeah,
it is. I don't
read it for you, but yeah, that may or may not be Superman. We'll just put it that way.
I know it is exactly. As I said, I picked this up and I read the first issue, and then I was like, holy crap, I want to go back and start reading. So I read the John Byrne miniseries, Man of Steel, and just went my way through. It's fun.
It was a great time. Yeah,
I'm in 1993 right now.
Wow.
It started 86.
He's just 31 years behind now. You know?
Yes.
You know
I remember
what though? I'd
1993.
rather be in those 31 years behind than current. Okay.
Yes, they were noticing that in 11 years you'll be eligible to be a 4-color fossil, R.D.V. So this is good.
It's 11 years.
And now we go to someone who's more than qualified, Eric Breen. How you doing, Eric?
I don't see why you needed to say that, but
I don't see any.
Because he has a firm grip on the obvious, sir.
Oh man.
don't. All right, we'll start with Breening the intro.
There we go.
Wow.
Nice.
How long did it take you to go find that?
About 3 seconds. It was literally in the box next to me. And let's Breen the Gil Kane alarm while we're at it.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. A couple things that I picked up today. New Retro Fan came out.
Elizabeth.
And I went to a Half Price Books and they don't have shit, but I didn't know this existed, so I had to pick this up.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I loved that show.
And there were 7 of them before this.
I wonder how many were after that.
Breen, I'm always looking for the PS Art books, and I always find 12 of the same one every single time.
Well, yeah, I even asked them about that, and they. So.
Hello, Rob.
There's going to be a theme coming here.
Hey, isn't the guy from G.I. Joe?
They I think is that the guy they ended up putting back in the Legion? I don't know. Tier or no, that's not Tim. Hunter. Anyway.
His name's Butch, right?
Adams.
There's 374.
Yeah, I love my Half Price books. They have complete collection of the trades of all the Transformers ones, individual volumes.
I acquired that one finally. That last year. That's actually a decent story for the era.
Yep.
Yeah, the Adventure was probably the best superhero book that DC had going at the time.
I agree. Completely agree.
425 because there weren't many that had continuing stories, and this one actually is I think a 3-part story that I haven't read 379 or 380, so I don't know how it ends. I'm going to assume they win.
I know the Spectre story.
You finish your Supergirl run, Eric? On Adventure?
Adventure, yes, but I still need number 1 of the 10-issue series.
Okay.
Here's 427.
Great cover.
428.
Yeah.
You did it. Wow.
It's rolled up, but and here's 430.
Nice.
And there's 432.
Yeah, I was saying those Spectre stories are so underrated. I was really surprised, rereading them.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
That was for Scotty. Very underrated show.
There was a lot of seances going on in the 60s and 70s, apparently.
There's 440.
Very
this
cool.
Spectre was not a nice guy. This Spectre was not hugging it out with Alan Scott.
Yep.
And today's kids would be asking, "What's the Wi-Fi password?"
It's 456.
Nice.
And 471.
Oh, Prince Gavin. Those stars, those I don't know if Ditko is still doing them. Those Starman stories are actually pretty good.
He was. Here's All-American Men of War, number 80. And 103.
Wow.
Amazing Adventures, number 15. Okay, and here's the one where if this doesn't make you feel old, nothing will. This is the Killraven series set in the not the far-flung future of 1990, the far-flung future of 2019.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blade Runner also took place in 2019, just to let you know. So,
Hello, Eric boy.
Avengers 14.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Batman 296.
Nice.
And 358. A tad more affordable than 357.
Mm.
Let's see, here's Betty and Veronica. Don't start with me.
I just figured it out.
Lobster hat.
We've got, Maranya, you can deep six Jackson, and we still have 42 people watching. Just saying.
Uh-oh.
It's Brave and the Bold 73.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, I believe that's a Carmine Infantino cover. And I think we can all figure out who did this one. Number 76.
It's not Rob Liefeld because there are feet.
And close out on 153.
Nice.
That's it for this round.
That's my favorite Batman logo.
Good stuff.
Very
you'll
good.
You'll be happy to know that there really are 8 Starsky and Hutch novels, and that the guy who did them also did 7 Mod Squad novels and 4 Dragnet novels.
Okay, I think I have one or two of the Mod Squads because those came out because the guy that I got a paperback collection from had those. Nice.
Oh, look at there.
Wow.
Very good. All right. I am freezing, so I will probably go fast.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
Micronauts.
But that's right up my alley. So you guys remember the Star Trek episode, City on the Edge of Forever?
Yes.
They go through that, that one guy, Harlan Ellison. Well, I wonder where he got the idea from. This is 4 years before that.
Who would have known?
Yeah. And I would have got more cave kids had the space cadets always been there. Look like that's a lot of fun. So always wanted these. It's a winning smile if you ever saw one.
It's the mustache. They didn't have the technology we have today to do that.
No.
I just see that smile and be like, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it keeps going. So
Maybe we'll read some Zorro on the channel just for you, Micah.
yeah. Like 3 characters. So nothing like ironing the bacon. And now it's too bad Grautuk is missing this because I really wanted him to see this key issue. Because we know how much he loves keys.
The key master.
That is 4-color 261 if you want to get one at home.
Key.
Yep. Plenty of keys. This looks like a lot of fun. In 1950. That's what we call a depth charge, right? Ah, freshly hatched. And an old Donald Duck, number 36 from 1954. And I'll do some more of these Ace. I just absolutely love these. Thank you for enduring this. I just think the art is tremendous.
Nice sci-fi.
Oh yeah, that's why I get them.
Wow. Governors of Evolution.
Back when it was just a theory. No.
I hope in the next week or so to have my episode of Paperbacks uploaded and ready to go.
Leave and vote.
I just have to sing the theme. It's Beatles paperback writer, but I sing it as paperback reader. So that's the big holdup. I can't hit that high note.
Oh, I love that one.
Space Willies.
Cool looking alien.
He kidnapped Spider-Man's kids.
And when you get a whole bunch of them, they just look, I just can't resist. So,
Those are
all right.
We
Are
had
you
a
finding
collection
over
that,
the local shop, Micah?
That's been eBay.
Okay.
But I do have a local shop where I get a lot of just regular sci-fi. So now I got to read them all. So, all right, who wants to go next? Jambo, you want to go again?
Sure.
All right.
I got this for $1,
Hey.
but I only got it because it had like, well, that's not it. That's the monkeys, but it had like the catalog inside
Nice.
with all the cool toys and stuff. It was kind of beat up, but yeah, I was enjoying seeing these old things, man. I had
Yep.
a set of those, and
Oh yeah.
nobody's ankle was safe when I had those out. Pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Go back in time and see that stuff. I don't know if I've shown some of this stuff or not.
Oh,
You guys
cool.
tell me if I did.
Jambo, you go right ahead. I'm bringing in Spinner. So,
All right. Nice Jumbo,
oh yeah.
76 from 1945. The good Joe Doolin doing the artwork there.
Now, whenever I see that, I think the first word's misspelled.
Yeah,
It is. It should be, right?
exactly.
It's from 1943. And Art Soft. Look at the detail he put on that lion's mane there.
Wow, they're trying to be like you. Like I got Jumbo comics, so Jambo. That's weird.
There's my good friend Bub. Fellow Kentuckian.
I'm pretty sure we lead the fossils, don't we?
Got a Billy West the other day.
Any relation to Johnny West toys, I wonder?
Maybe.
Cool.
Had some tape on it, but it was a nice bondage cover. There you go, Bub. Let's see. I had some more stuff.
I didn't see George Perez bondage cover.
Sorry, guys. I thought I had some more stuff sitting here, but maybe I stuck it somewhere.
Just stay down so we can look at the stuff behind you.
Or just go through your Spinner rack if you have to.
I know, right?
Yes. Those King books are just the best. Yeah.
Oh,
It comes-
Got some Zangar.
Yeah.
Look at that
I've never
dig.
seen Zangar pop up more in the last couple of months. He's been everywhere, it feels like.
Wasn't he
Those
in
had-
Poison?
I think so.
So, they had JoJo and Rula in them. That's why
Yeah.
I like those.
I think he played bass.
Nice Starfire. I just love that cover. For some reason. I don't know. There you go, Bub.
Nice.
Some more Art Soft.
How close are you to finishing that, Jambo?
I'm still a ways off. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. Unfortunately, now the ones I'm down to are the very expensive ones. The early issues and stuff, so. Yeah. What about a pink spotted leopard there?
Wow.
You know she's wanting to make a new outfit out of him.
That's
That wasn't very smart, him attacking her. That's it, guys.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Well, hey, let's run to Spinner and see what he's doing.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Hey guys,
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
good, good. Hey, I'll start off with something that Micah should like.
Yes.
All
You know,
right.
this is from 1961, Del Giant 52. The artist Tony Strobel. I don't really know.
Yeah. Tony Strobel.
Yeah.
Charlton 66 gave me that exact I love it. It's fantastic.
Well, it's funny. We have a saying out west here, and maybe you guys have it out east too, but there's a saying, all hat, no cattle. And
Yeah.
of course it means all talk, no action. And
That's
so whenever
right.
I see this book, it kind of reminds me of that saying. And then moving to a different genre,
Ooh,
got
cool.
some George Wilson covers, 1969. This is issue 26.
Wow.
Looking forward to that book. It keeps getting delayed, though.
Yeah.
This is issue 40 from 1965, and
Going real. There you go, right there.
That's it.
Perfect.
love those jets kind of flying around.
Yes, beautiful.
Look at that boat, about ready to capsize. It looks like. And this is issue 14 from 65.
Wow.
Nice.
Let's see, this is issue 17 from 66. Volcano Man.
Cool.
And then this is issue 15 from 65. And now I'm going to completely switch gears on you, and I'll go to a little bit of Archie's. This is my favorite cover of this particular series. And you guys are probably familiar with it, but if you're not, the Archie joke book is kind of interesting because typically they were just like one-page gag
Right.
stories, or not really even stories, but just kind of one-page gags with, maybe 3 or 4 panels. But this is a great cover. And and by the way, let's see, that was issue 63 from 62. This is issue 19 or 93 from 1965, and it indicates it has a Beatles appearance.
Huh.
And so I kind of thought maybe the Beatles would be in a story, but what they're actually referring to, and let me open it up here and get it marked, is in that panel. I don't know if you can.
The TV, where they're on TV.
Yeah, the TV. There they are.
Wow.
That's their appearance.
Yep.
They really don't have anything to do with the story. They just have that one appearance.
But they are in the book, yes.
Yes. Yeah, they are in the book. So,
It's kind of like Hulk 180.
but it's a really cool cover.
Cameo,
Too.
The Beatles are in Hulk 180.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, this is issue 96 from 1966. I tried to look up the cover artist, and I couldn't find anywhere that really knew. Some people tried to attribute it to DiCarlo. I don't know. I just doesn't quite look like DiCarlo to me, but maybe it is. But a classic shop in the chocolate shop there. And then no Betty Page there in Big Apple. But yeah, I've got 3 more here. I'll show you.
Yep.
And then this is kind of a fun one, multi-panel. But there you got Veronica crimping herself up for
That's good.
going out in the water. And then finally, here's
Oh, wow.
and let's see, this is issue 89 or 81 from 64. I keep forgetting to tell you guys what issue it is. So, all right, there you go, Micah.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. We are doing swell on time. I have to I have to get up real early. But I think Howler, have you already gone twice? You want to?
I can
both
go.
around?
Yeah, I can
Oh, you
go.
want to go?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
I'll go pretty quick. I want to shock all everybody. I don't know if I've shown this on the show before or anything like that, but it's sitting here on the table. But yeah, I bought a Booster Gold comic because he's getting the crap beat out of him by Ultra Boy. Ultra Boy is my favorite Legionnaire, so I was like, how could I pass that up? You know. And then a little fun here. I took some stuff to get signed by Bob Hall, but he was charging like $10 an autograph for a start. So I just kind of put these to the side. But this was a fun time in comics, you know, when the West Coast Avengers was just a mini series. I got the third issue here somewhere. And then this is the dollar books that I got from that comic book convention. We got a lot of Sam Keith Marvel Comics Presents with Wolverine. This one's supposed to be hot right now because it's the origin of the yellow costume. And I guess it's what he's wearing in the Deadpool 3 movie. I don't think what people realize is that this isn't the origin. This is the start of the tale. Tim Truman puts him with some Native Americans in Canada, you know.
Yeah.
What in the world is that hair? Good
Rob
Lord.
Liefeld was actually praising him in that art about 2 weeks ago.
This is Sam Keith who went on to the Max. You know, this is 1991, you know. But like I said, you know, he's doing the covers. These are flip covers, but the other sides are actually really good. So, and then that's why I like doing YouTube and stuff. This little run from like 117 or something to 121, I don't know, I can't think of the dates. It got hot because this was like Venom finally being in a story without Spider-Man. And somebody on my channel let me, when I was doing this live show, let me know that the editor, Jim Salicrup of Amazing Spider-Man back then, wouldn't let anybody use Venom. He kept a tight grip on him. And then when he left, that's why Venom started showing up all over the Marvel Universe there. So these are like upgrades of what I've been finding. They actually got kind of hot. This one's kind of funny. If you look real close there, Wolverine is passed out and Venom is using his claws for him, you know.
Oh my gosh, I thought he had a Venom head at first. He moved in.
Yeah. So fun
That's cool.
stuff. Fun stuff, you know.
I always like that whenever they show it at Eddie and then they have the symbiote, you know, coming off of him a little bit. So it's cool.
Nice. And these came out in 1990 or 91. Neil Gaiman did a miniseries called Books of Magic that introduced Tim Hunter. Tim Hunter is, you know, before there was Harry Potter, there was Tim Hunter. And before that, there was some guy, and I think it was in 2000 AD or some English comic. I think his name was something like Mark Merlin. But anyway, out of that book, people rediscovered Mr. E. He went completely nuts and tried to kill Tim Hunter by walking him to the future to where the universe ends for his own crazy reasons. So when they came out of that, they gave him a miniseries. You know, they gave him his own 4-issue book there to kind of continue that story, I guess. I've had a chance to buy this many times over the years, and I finally pulled the trigger there. So even if the story's not that good, J.K. Snyder has that indie feel to his artwork that makes it really interesting. A little bit more Vertigo. This is Death, the High Cost of Living #3. But what makes this supposed to be a variant is that there's no price on it. So if you see them without a price, it's a variant, but it doesn't really make it worth that much more. And then the Jim Starlin Silver Surfer stuff, I don't know why half of it is not in my collection anymore. You know, it's Jim Starlin, you know, cosmic stuff. I found these two to replace them in there, but it was the return of Adam Warlock proper before Infinity Gauntlet leading up to it. When Jim Starlin came back to Marvel and started Silver Surfer led up to Infinity Gauntlet. A lot of people don't realize that, you know. Here's a hot book that everybody was talking about. This is like my third or fourth one I found in dollar bins. Scarlet Witch ends up being revealed to be some celestial being right when WandaVision was on Disney Channel, you know. These next two books, I'll pick them up all day. I absolutely loved them when they came out. But there's a future Thor. Take a little dystopian, you know, future, little Blade Runner, a little, I don't know, just a touch of Mad Max, and throw in some King Arthur Excalibur stories there, you know. But basically, Thor's hammer is stuck in a rock, and all these people will show up with their wings, with little headbands with the wings and their red capes, and everybody's trying to take a turn to see if they're worthy of pulling out the hammer. And this is the kid that does it, the future Thor there. And this one, you know, I still have the original when I was about 10 years old when I bought this, but this is where I had a fascination with George Perez drawing Kirby characters, Superman and OMAC. This came out a year before Terminator, and it's the same plot as Terminator. This robot guy, this assassin, comes back in time to kill Omac's ancestor, so there's no Omac to be born. You know,
That's because he saw the future, 2023, and they started to change OMAC.
here we go.
That didn't happen.
And then this blew my mind seeing this in a dollar box, but maybe it's just me. But this is the Superman Swamp Thing Alan Moore issue of DC Comics Presents. Mint. I was like, I was just looking around at all these people grabbing books and stuff, and I'm like, really? Maybe it's just me, And then this one I could not figure out why it was so hard to find. This finishes off my Infinity Inc. I have them all now, but I think this is Todd McFarlane's last issue before jumping to Marvel and doing the Hulk and Spider-Man. It's the laziest cover I ever saw. He did 2 pages in it, and it took forever to find this. So I'm glad that happened. A little Walt Simonson, Jack Kirby, or John Byrne, Jack Kirby's Fourth World for you from the 90s. And then this was 2 comics in 1 bag, so these were 50 cents a piece. But I have a direct edition and a UPS, direct edition, and then a newsstand edition.
If you want to send me one, I'll be happy to take
it. This was cool to find. I don't know if you know this guy, David Wenzel, but he and Chuck Dixon did The Hobbit, a 3-issue Hobbit adaptation, like in '89 or something like that. And I just found this out of the blue, but he did a whole book that just tells you about dwarves. It's full of sketches, and it shows how they eat and what they do, and kind of like an encyclopedia of dwarves, Kingdom of the Dwarves. Fantastic fantasy art. I mean, And then Marvel Fanfare, I found the John Byrne issue. This is one that I don't know why I had it. It's not in my collection. I was lucky to find it. But John Byrne comes on, does the Hulk. Every page in this is a splash page. John Byrne's playing around, so you have a Hulk splash page on every page.
So, Tim, do you know why Dave Wenzel's name rings a bell to superhero fans?
No, why does it, Breen?
He was the one that finished the Korvac saga when Perez, I guess, ran out of time.
Oh, really?
He did the last 3 issues. Yeah. It, unfortunately, after Perez, it's a huge come down. But yeah, he does the last 3.
There's his name. There's his name. That's amazing. Well played, sir. Well played. We'll just leave that out. Yeah, more West Coast Avengers. This is the first appearance of the Blank. So there's your, keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's also the penultimate appearance of the Blank.
There we go. Yeah. I just need to finish this series. Like, it just kind of disappeared from the newsstand the further it went and stuff. But this stuff holds up. It's hilarious. And this is a Marvel graphic novel proper, that started with the death of Captain Marvel, and then we had New Mutants in issue 4 and so on and so on. And I've got them on a shelf here. It's so small, I never realized that this was a Marvel graphic novel. They shrunk them. But this is Alan Davis doing some of his first American writing, I think, that I can recall, before I knew he was a great writer. I didn't realize Alan Davis could write until the late 90s when he did a book called Justice League The Nail, and then Superboy's Legion and some other stuff. And I think he was doing that Clandestine around this time. I'm not sure. But little Alan Davis bloodlust.
And Excalibur. He wrote Excalibur when they turned Brian Braddock into the Britannic.
Yeah, I have those. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Yeah. When he returned to Excalibur, I think he did a little bit better than Claremont did. It amazed me. And then these are upgrades, and I'll buy these all day long. But this was a great time to read Thor. Walt Simonson was kind of winding down there. But I think it was Loki talked Hela into cursing Thor to where his bones were real brittle, and whenever they broke, they wouldn't heal. So he was actually running around, moving. And his bones were broken. So somehow he gets his soul put inside the destroyer. And then he comes back and he has this armor to keep his bones together. He gets cured from the curse. And of course, Loki goes up to him like kissing butt, being Loki and stuff. So Thor's like, hey, man, everything is forgiven. Don't you worry about it. And then he just reaches out and he taps Loki with his hammer. And gets his arm all twisted up. And then he flies off Superman style.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah, so I was 14 when I read this, and I was like, "That's exactly how that should have ended." You know, I was like, "That was the perfect ending." You know. So,
Yes.
yeah. And I will stop there because it's getting cold. It sounds like you need to wind
All right.
up.
Yep. Very good stuff, Howler. And
Good stuff, Howler.
Apollo's already sent over files for me to look at.
Yep. This is not exactly a superhero. It's more like an Adam Strange clone. It's called Atom Kid. This also lasts that doesn't last very very long, but and it's kind of repetitive on the covers, especially because they have this strange sideways panel that they always did. But the last few issues had painted covers.
It works.
Yeah. This one's an anthology called Future World, Mon Futur. And a lot of the covers have rockets lifting off. I don't know why.
These are only made in France, or they.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, by the covers, I want to read them in English. If you can translate it for me.
Here's something that Jambo might be interested in.
Yes.
Rani. Yeah. This appeared in a magazine for little girls, but then the stories were collected in graphic novels, and there are 3. So if you want to learn some French, here's an excuse to go out and buy these. And another anthology, Junior Espionage. It had some ongoing characters, but the first issues had pretty lame covers. I really don't like the art on these.
Faster than a locomotive.
Yeah, but eventually they got better. Started resembling UK stories and UK covers, and that's it.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Very, very cool stuff. Okay, now who needs to go twice again? R.D.V, are you up again?
Yeah,
All right.
this will be my last one. I'll be saying sayonara after this one. I figured everybody just probably knows my name's R.D.V, but you don't know what it stands for at this point if you're new to see me. Real Dr. Venkman. So I figured I'd live up to that and start showing up some of my Ghostbuster collection. Mighty W.
Rob damn Van. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah. Oh, the infestation. Yes. Okay.
I never
Right on.
got any of the other crossover events. I just picked up the Ghostbusters ones that day because I was seeing Ghostbuster stuff. But I'm curious to see, read the whole entire thing crossover.
I read him, gave him up, and regretted it. It was like fun reading, but I was like, okay, that's good. And then when I sold him, I'm like, well, yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody's wondering, like some of these, you're going to see some of these books in the issues where they don't look anything like the Ghostbusters because they don't have the license to draw Bill Murray or Harold Ramis, but which kind of sucks because I'm sure that probably hurt sales a little bit too. But if you read the stories and the guys, Dan Schoening and Josh, I think it's Braham, who are writing a lot of it for R.D.V, are just fans of the show, the cartoon show, but also like the movies and everything. And that's always great when you're a fan of the product and the person who actually gives a damn about your franchise. But if anything, they couldn't draw the Ghostbusters looking like normal Ghostbusters, like the other movies, but they came to the ghosts, man. This is fun. And here's a homage.
Ah, nice EC looking book.
And of course, here's Burnham and Schoening crossover with the real Ghostbusters and the movie Ghostbusters, because this actually these books are the movie Ghostbusters taken after the second movie events, and then they even tie in the 2009 video game series, which was really cool. So they just basically kept it going. But like I said, on the left, how they kind of look kind of cartoonish because they're not allowed to,
right.
draw them. So like I said, I just had fun with this. It's been a while since I read them. I'm probably just gonna go back and start reading them all over again.
You'll probably like the Now comics if you didn't check those out.
Oh, I have those. Okay. I just gotta figure out where I put them. They're in a short box somewhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, this is my thing. Is like when Spider-Man, like Marvel messed that up. I was just reading Ghostbusters. So, and I said, they just kept adding on and on to the story too. So you got new Ghostbusters when they had the game. We got new franchises. It was Chicago Ghostbusters.
I always wish they made that mile-long Twinkie they were talking about.
Oh yeah, I'd be one big Twinkie.
Yes.
Yeah. And then if you want a reference to how old this is, 2012.
See, that feels like forever to you. To me, I'm like, that was the other day. That's when I started. I was doing YouTube then.
That's when Marvel stopped. Like I said, I was paying $3.99 back then too. So I was already used to this price for R.D.V. But yeah, this is my jam. Like I could just read Ghostbusters comic books. Between that and Spider-Man, and Red Sonja. So I'm getting into the older Sheena ones. I got a graphic novel of collecting some of the older ones. When I say older, I mean Golden Age. So
they have an X-Files Ghostbusters I want to check out. I think that's
yeah, I read it. It was kind of weird at first, but I was like, the story fit though.
X-Files Crow, yeah.
Wait a minute.
There's actually a Ghostbusters Transformers, which I do not recommend because it was not that great. It was just like you guys like jumped the shark at that point. And here's one of the girls who basically was an FBI agent who ended up becoming on their side, realizing that they were the good guys. She was supposed to go undercover to spy on them, but she ends up just becoming their friends. Yeah. And part 4, Happy Horrors. Yep. And then I had fun with this. So if you've read or watched the cartoon series with Ghostbusters, they actually had the Christmas Carol, the Charles Dickens one. Here's it in comic form.
I think those Ghostbusters, the entire set's on Amazon Prime right now. So,
I saw. Was it the complete omnibus? Is like $300. It's out of print.
Oh wow!
And because the Dark Horse, or not Dark Horse, but when it comes to R.D.V, they lost the license property, so they can't redo reprints. But here's some Valentine's Day, and then speaking of Valentine's Day, I kind of figured, I just picked this up today, reprint.
Oh,
so with ads on the back too. So
that came out today.
Yes, Breen.
I'm
shocked. I'm shocked. Just like.
What number was that?
This is number 125. And it doesn't list.
I'm guessing that's probably the first DC issue then.
Most likely.
I don't know why that would, anybody would remember that, but.
Yep. And of course, if you want to visit some, there's some Archie on the store right now. If you want to get some Valentine's Day reading in. But since we were showing off DVDs earlier, I figured I'd show off what I got from Half Price Books. I'll make some Billy Jack. Some Tom Laughlin. Very good series. And then they had Bogart. So I had to get both.
Nice.
Very, very good. If you like Dark Passage, is awesome. I love it. High Sierra as well. And then because I just couldn't resist it, I keep seeing it on YouTube. I had to get it.
That's the only made-for-TV offer I've ever gotten.
I tell you what's funny is the band Anthrax. That's one of their favorite shows
Yeah.
to watch. Like, so-
6 DVD sets. So like I said, I just had fun with it. I was watching some of this last night. It's just awesome. I love it. Clean humor. You know, the only time we get dirty is if Don Rickles appeared on.
Yeah.
And even then, that was kind of like still PGs compared to what you see today. But awesome stuff. So
yeah, with bourbon and cigarettes. It's awesome, man.
womanizing bourbon and cigarettes with Don Rickles. All right. That's all I got for tonight.
Fantastic stuff.
Thanks for letting me on.
Great. All right. I guess we go to Eric and then maybe Spinner one more time. Is that good?
I'll see you guys later.
You guys
All right.
get back, guys.
Hey, Howler.
Hey, man.
Sit Tim.
Well, Eric likes to go last, so I can go. If he
Hey.
wants me to.
Yeah, you go and let Dave go.
All right.
I don't want to take Eric's special position
Yeah.
of last place. I'll start off with something a little bit different. So, if you remember in the 90s, Marvel was doing a lot of card sets.
Yeah.
And Jim Lee did this X-Men X-Force set, and Domino was one of the cards. And on the back, it had kind of a little headshot and then some information about the character. And the reason I'm showing you this, in fact, let's see, it usually hangs right here. You can see where I've taken it off. But here's the original color guide, so to speak, to the. It's not really like a guide, the original color piece that the cards were made from. And if I were to take it apart, it's very much like an animation cell, basically.
Okay.
So, but once again, there's, and like I said, the headshot is on the back, and there it is at the top of the piece. And unfortunately, of course, they're doing this. This was done by airbrushing, but they're doing all the coloring by computer nowadays. So you just don't see stuff like that anymore. A couple slabs that I'm considering breaking out. I kind of have to break these things out when my wife's not around, because she doesn't understand why I break out slabs. She says, "Why do you do that? They're already graded." But anyway, Avengers number 15. And then one more slab here, and then we'll go to regular comics. This is number 16. Jack Kirby, of course.
That's a classic cover.
And then this comic book just kind of caught my eye a number of years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Number 4 issue, number 1966. The crazy thing, though, if you take a look down at the bottom there, it says, "Hold it, Captain Marvel. I'm the district attorney, and it's my job to bring the Ray to justice." What the hell is the district attorney doing with that big spear? I guess he's the district attorney, the prosecutor, and executioner when he gets a judgment. But that just always cracked me up. The DA running around with a big spear. And shield action.
Nice.
That's in nice shape.
It's got a date stamp up there. What, April 2nd, I think. The 8th.
Even better. Yeah.
Yeah. Doctor Strange.
That's a great little series.
Cool.
171. Issue 170. I'm not a huge Doctor Strange fan, but these covers are fabulous.
Yeah.
And here's another great one with great colors in it.
That one jumped in price because they said it was the first cover appearance of Clea.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Because they thought she was going to be in the next movie and all that good stuff.
And
So great.
now this one is one that I did free of its case.
Wow.
That's Daniel Bryan, right?
It says painted cover, Alberto Giolitti art. I don't know who did the cover though.
I thought I would get a rise out of Eric after that one.
I was going to say no, Brian Danielson, but
Yes, well, I'm old school.
And then another one. George Tuska art inside. And this one also was freed out of its case.
Hey.
Grouchy Orloff would be proud of you.
Yeah. And then finally, I'll end with this. I don't have a lot of Wonder Woman, but I like this.
Wow.
cover.
That's a good cover.
That's a good one to have, yeah.
And this one was also freed.
Hey.
That's a beauty. 8.5.
Ross Andrew cover art.
But what did the Russian judge give it?
Go
Yeah,
check.
and it's a go check too, so
Yeah.
Rod would like it. All right, Micah, that's all I got.
Hey, great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now we go to Eric.
Yeah, I don't know if Englantine's still in the audience, but yeah, I know he was hoping he could get on. If he is, I'll gladly let him have my turn.
Well, it's up to you. I do have to pack up my computer and go in the morning, and that's why I was kind of rushing. But whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I don't know that he's even still here, but like I said, if he does pop up, then like I said, I'll just stop. Or yeah, if you want. Anyway, Captain America 174.
And I saw where R.D.V was trying to signal me, and I sent a big long email or in Twitter. So
247. There's this a British version of Daredevil 141. You can tell, by the U in color.
And the 10 pence price tag.
Well, yeah, that too, but 171. Dell 4 color 784 around the world in 80 days. It's a far less impressive Doctor Strange. Yeah, I just finished reading the Epic collection that the ones that Dave showed were in. So the only way I can afford them these days. Fantastic Four 130.
Oh, Stranko cover.
It's, Flash 166.
Poor Flash.
And 181. And too bad Steve isn't here because I have some Charltons here. Ghostly Tales 63.
Cool.
Nice.
69.
Cool.
73.
Wow.
86, I think. '87. And I believe it was. I'm braining somebody, but my memory's so bad I don't remember who.
It's me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Clark Gable.
Very nice.
Green Lantern 192. And 193. Gunfighters 78. Let's see, Hulk 155.
Oh yeah.
$164. $169. $179.
Nice.
If you add the condition of the 4 Hulks together, you get about a 6.
They don't look bad. You must be using the magic bags.
I'm using the Pro and until they start wrinkling, as I found out they do.
They do, yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I guess that's why we call them a poor man's My Light. Just showing these in round 1 so Maranya could see them. 153. So this was the kill the villain period, because Living Laser croaks at the end of this. Unicorn croaks at the end of this.
Wow.
And the backgetters probably get croaked at the end of this. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I got.
Very, very, very good stuff.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. This was a great action-packed episode. And Jambo, are you on Night Tiger's channel anytime soon?
No, I was going to be on there Sunday, but that was conflicting with my bosses are having a big Super Bowl get together, so I'm not going to be able to make it. But everybody else, if you're not watching the Super Bowl, go watch Mike Night Tiger and his special he's having. I'll be watching it on the rerun.
I told him I would plug it. It was all cowboy.
Yeah. I was going to make it, but then I realized that was going to be a conflict with the Super Bowl. So,
yeah. All right. And of course, watch the Geeky Puppet Show and watch Spinner Rack's channel. If you haven't subscribed to these gentlemen, go ahead and subscribe to them. So they always have great stuff. And next Wednesday, we're not here. But we'll be here 8 days from now. Don't forget to come see Black Box Silver and Bronze on the Thursday following. So we look forward to that. And I'll have a lot more time, and I won't have to pack things up and get out of here so quick then. So we can have 5,000 people join us if we'd like. But anyway, we thank R.D.V for joining us. Once again, Steve, I Love Disney, had to cancel at the last second. But yes,
I lace them up every day for people just like you, Jackson.
Thank you, Easy Comic Reader. And with that, we'll say our good night. So happy drawing, y'all.
Good night, kids.
Here, guys.
Bye.